It's Monday. I thought I'd do a little bit of an update. So I'm making the kids tea and waiting for a friend to come round to start planning children's birthdays and things. So I just wanted to show you the results of some of my shopping this week. Look, beetroots, very good for you, very healthy. Avocados, and I've got my, super healthy smoothie, and I hide the fact that I'm dipping into these. By the way, awesome. If you haven't tried them, these play roulette with Doritos, and every now and then you get one that's like more mad full of crisp now. Anyway, no news from the hospital, no update on appointments and things, but we are taking the Christmas tree down tonight. Yes, I know, it's really late. Have a look. And you'll have to excuse me, but I've had rather a lot on my mind over the last few weeks. So the Christmas tree coming down was like really low on my my list of priorities of things to do. Because I'm, juggling all sorts of other things at the same time. Because, having cancer wasn't on my list of things to do this year. Bringing the Christmas tree down was. You clearly don't always get to choose the things that are on your list of things to have to manage. So the decorations are off. We started taking those off 2 weeks ago. And then loads of other stuff, just happened, as it does. Sarah and Grace has brought home the Marvellous Me box. For those of you who don't have small children and aren't privy to this marvellous invention, every now and then the children bring home a box from school called the Marvellous Me box. And to show how marvellous you are, or your parents are, you're supposed to fill it with marvellous things. And if they relate to the theme you're doing at school at the time, that helps. So they're doing farms. Okay, actually we have loads of farm stuff in the house. We have tractors and cows and all sorts of stuff. But the letter specifically says that you're not supposed to just fill the box with things from your toy box. So there you go. Basically, parents have got a bit of work to do. So I've been on Pinterest looking up inventive things to do with cardboard rolls and paint and stuff. Seren is perfectly happy that we've compromised on the list of make and do with a poster, which is going to split into sections for different types of farms, and she's going to draw some pictures and colour them in with a bit of help from me. And that might mean that, truthfully, before bed I end up just, crayoning in the last bits of colour on the trees and things. We don't really mind doing that, do we? It's all part of the parenting course, I guess. So it does feel a little bit like living in limbo at this point in time, while I'm just sort of waiting for the hospital to phone and give me the appointment. Though I did have my flu jab today. See, look, flu jab. And before any of you say anything, it was under specific instructions from oncology. So I did have to go into the doctor's and say to the receptionist, before you tell me that you run a flu jab clinic every 2 weeks and the next appointment is, I'll just sort of fill you in briefly. I have cancer. I'm about to start chemo. And the oncology consultant wants me to have the flu jab. And I love the way she kind of looked at me and went, can you just excuse me a moment? I'll be back. So she disappeared out and she came back and went, 10:20, 12 o'clock, or 1:45. Anyway, so I plumped for 12 o'clock. And the nurse is actually, I've gone all fuzzy. Why am I fuzzy? Da, da, da. Focus. There you go. Bit of focus. Oh, that spot. That's not fair, is it? I mean, seriously? At what point in your life do you stop having spots? I've got some zap cream upstairs. The nurse is one of the mums from school who did say to me, obviously we have practice meetings where we talk about what's going on, and yes, I was clearly on their list of things to discuss in their practice meeting. And she said, well, it's obvious really, we have a patient now that we look after within the practice who is going to be undergoing a fair amount of treatment, and we have a list of patients like that we will give extra care to, and obviously your name is now on that list, so all the practice staff know. She said, I didn't really want to say anything outside school, but you know, she's lovely, she's really, really nice. And she was telling me about the teacher at Sarah and Grace's school who is just about to go through her radiotherapy treatment. So she's done her chemo and she's had the surgery, and her diagnosis sounds as if it's quite similar to mine, because I've said before, I've spoken to loads of people, and truthfully it's not that I don't want to hear about other people's stories, because it's all really helpful. Actually, I do want to hear those stories, but I have to bear in mind that each of those stories is specific to that person. But that diagnosis was different to Joe Bloggs's diagnosis, or you know, Fred, Nick or George's diagnosis, because each one will, you know, there are lots of different types of cancer that you can have, and it will, you know, range in its aggressiveness or specific way that it's affected somebody, and therefore the treatment and the way that it's dealt with is specific as well. So all those stories and all the people I've spoken to, it's been really, really useful. But what I can't do is go, because it happened to that person, that's how it will be for me. And because it went that way, that's how it will work for me. You become, I guess, an expert in your own situation, which is exactly the same. And I said this before, as dealing with Zachary on the autism spectrum. I can talk to lots of mums whose children are on the spectrum, and there are some things that we can talk about that we have in common. And there are some things that are really different that some of us have in common and others don't. That's just how it is. It's individual. So I'm in limbo. I'm just waiting. I've had my jab, waiting to hear back for the heart scan. And in the meantime, I'm, you know, carrying on as normal, as much as you can, with bright pink hair. Which the doctor, the GP who I went to see, who literally was the one who made that first call that got me into the breast clinic unit and really kicked off the diagnosis, walked past me and he sort of went, I love it. He said, yeah, I get it completely. Yeah, good. It's great. So anyway, tomorrow I'm off to a work conference in the morning and then another one in the evening, which is good. It keeps me busy, keeps me occupied. I had a meeting this morning and there was lots that happened as a result of that, and it's good that I'm busy and that keeping myself, you know, going and stuff on my mind. I have said before, there will always be a part now that is thinking about this, but no point in dwelling on it until I have to deal with it. Probably chemo next week, I guess, and it might floor me, or I might be like a superhero. I'll be a superhero anyway this year, let's face it. I don't think I've hit the hard part yet, have I? Anyway, I just thought I'd give you all that kind of quick update. Old MacDonald had a farm, yeah. Damn, missed the start. You do realise that you can watch it back all over again, because Facebook saves these things, and I do love that you all come on board and watch these updates anyway. While I was sitting with the nurse this afternoon, we had a brief chat about things like the cold cap and the hair situation, and truthfully, just so that you all know, I think that on balance given what I've heard, I might give it a go first time round. Or then again, I might just decide that on balance, it sounds as if the majority of people don't get on with it, find that its results are patchy at best, like quite literally patchy. So I might just go, you know, sod it, and I'll embrace the you know, the cancer haircut. I'll have a snowflake shaved in the side of my head. It'll be the eyebrows. I'll have to start. I need somebody to teach me to draw eyebrows on, don't I? Oh my god, that'll be an experience. Maybe I should just go and get them tattooed on. Hey, that's a thought. Okay, who do I know that can do that sort of thing? Okay, God, I don't know. Deal with that when it comes to it. That'll be really weird. Do you lose your eyelashes? There's a question. Eyelashes? Don't know. Truthfully, let's face it, it'd be really great not to have to do the leg shaving. Don't really know about the bikini line. Do you lose that as well? I don't know. I've tried really hard not to Google too much of this stuff. Because, you know, what's the point? I'll find out sooner enough, won't I? If you feel like Googling it, be my guest. But you might want to private message me the results, rather than, you know, writing it all over my Facebook wall. Oh dear. That wasn't a giggle, that was a proper full-on cackle, wasn't it, really? Anyway, eyelashes. Really? I'm going to have to get falsies, aren't I? I'm going to have to start getting good at putting false eyelashes on. The thing is, false eyelashes look okay over your eyelashes. But I don't know what they're going to look. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I just got visions of myself. You know. Oh. With false eyelashes and drawn on eyebrows. Yeah, okay, who knows? You know, at the end of the day, they'll grow back eventually, and then they're, you know, they're not really important in the grand scheme of things, are they? I'm not necessarily going into this thinking I'm going to look beautiful. The weight gain might really annoy me. Let's hope that I don't lose loads. That I don't... Oh, God. all I can think of now is drawn on eyebrows and false eyelashes. False ones fitted with butterflies on. Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I do know a couple of really, really nice local salon owners who do that sort of thing, and I should probably go and have a discussion, shouldn't I, and see if in reality you can get your eyebrows tattooed or like semi-permanent drawn on. And I might do that because you know, it's bad enough that you have to feel crap, isn't it? Let's face it. But looking crap just doesn't help. So and I should point out, I am not one of these people. No matter how crap I am feeling, I will try and get up and dress up every day. When I was in hospital for that long period of time with Zachary, there were girls in hospital who just stayed in their pyjamas. I didn't. I got up and I got dressed because it actually made me feel better to get up and put clothes on, even if I then lay down on the bed for the rest of the day. So there might be days when I just don't want to get out of bed. That's fine. And there are plenty of days now when I have kind of leggings and t-shirt days. And that for me, I call that a PJ day. The kids stay in their PJs and I put leggings and a t-shirt on. I brought back loads of Mickey Mouse t-shirts from Disney, and I expect I shall be spending a fair bit of time in those. And I did say to the consultant on Friday when we discussed the gold cap, and I mentioned it to the nurse today, will my Minnie Mouse ears fit on top of the gold cap? Because if not, there's a real, there's a real problematic issues that need to be considered. Anyway, I won't bore you anymore. I'm going to go and put a couple of baked beetroot in with my shepherd's pie, spicy shepherd's pie that I made. I've made a few things and put them in the freezer. I might have to make a few more things, my homemade lasagnas and things, and give them to my mum. Oh, my pork chilli, and give them to my mum in those tubs that you get from the Chinese takeaway, which are really handy, let's face it, for freezer. My mum's got a massive big chest freezer and I've only got 3 drawers, so she can stick them all in and freeze them for me, can't she? Okay, anyway, love you loads. And when I've got an answer, and I'm in the hospital next for the, what comes next? Heart scan, I will let you know and keep you updated. In the meantime, I'm off to finish my my smoothie and my bag of Doritos. It is a family-sized bag. I am trying not to eat the whole bag all by myself. Bye.